Hey guys, RinniePie here, and, well, Monster Hunter 4. I mean, my last video I talked about what I was planning on doing for the PS Vita, but I completely forgot Monster Hunter 4 was gonna come out this month. In fact, just 2 days ago. And thank God. I mean, thank God I went to the game store a couple days, well, yesterday, and they just told me, hey, you know Monster Hunter 4 came out. And I was just like, what? But is it really warrant to buy right now? Is it warrant an import? No, not really. The price right now is absurd. Right now in Taiwan, you can command around 2,000 yuan, which in most cases, this is higher price than most games. I mean, most of the other games right now are around 1,500. And this is because Japanese is more, the Japanese version is more sought after because due to the fact that a lot more people have the Japanese regioned 3DS. Because if you really think about it, there's only 10 over the past year, 10 games for the Chinese 3DS in the past year. So there's really no difference on buying. There's actually a huge difference. There's basically, if you buy the Japanese, you are open up with a huge library, whereas if you buy from the Chinese 3DS, you're limited to those crappy titles. So, what are the changes? What are some of the difference between Monster Hunter 4 and the 3G? Quite a lot. First things first, the visuals are a lot better. Basically, the game had a graphics increase, so the graphics seems a lot better from its original counterpart. 2, they added new weapons, and what this weapon is basically what this character is wearing. It looks like a staff, but it is a staff, but it has another weapon with it. It's a range with melee weapon. See the thing on the arm right here? That's a bug. Apparently, this weapon's called. I'm gonna try to translate it. Let's see. I mean, it's I'm gonna go to the nearest shop. I haven't played too long. I mean, I've been working a lot, so let's see. Yeah, the weapon is called. It's a bug controlling It's a bug controlling rod. So pure offensive weapon. There's zero defensive abilities on this weapon. So if you're planning on using this weapon, you have to be really experienced with the Monster Hunter series. Do not go in there thinking, oh, I'm gonna own like crazy with this thing. No, you're not. I mean, Monster Hunter has a long line of just kicking your ass monsters, especially near the end where you have to fight like bosses instead of the normal farming and stuff. So you get to farm, you get to mine early on, but every time it gets harder and harder. So I'm gonna show you this new weapon in action. The R button, see that thing opens up? I'm holding the X button or something? Yeah, I'm holding the X button. It's charging up. So, and then you press it again, it fires out the bug. You can command it to move again, it comes back to you. You have a range attack. Of course, I keep missing because I'm playing through my camera. Yeah, and sometimes if it hits the enemy, it comes back. It gives you 3 different buffs. One is a speed buff, the other is an attack buff. The third one, I have never seen that yet. Not yet. It's probably a defensive buff, but it's not much difference from the other Monster Hunter games. This game, you know, just feels this. It feels the same. It feels the same. The camera is still not the camera problem not fixed. You know, this is the camera. They made it so that this is also the camera. But keep in mind, how are you going to fight when you have to move the camera at the same time? Sure, they added this targeting system, which allows you to target the big bosses, but it doesn't. There's nothing else. What else? That's the map. Talk show. Yeah. So this button also allows you to do special attack. No idea why, but let's see. Yeah. So that's your special evade ability. That's your evade. So all the other weapons gets carried back. Like you still have gun lance, you still have the lance, you still have the sword, katana. Nothing else, you know, not much difference. The premise is still the same. Fight monsters, get their hide, make better gear. Unfortunately, I can't show you any new gear because I'm still on rank 2. And unfortunately, I'm probably going to be stuck there for a while because I don't have that much time to play games. But if you're a Monster Hunter fan, meaning if you really truly like Monster Hunter, if you're someone who plays Monster Hunter a lot, if you're someone who, you know, are interested in getting Monster Hunter, I would say get this one because this one is pretty much the biggest update to date. This one has everything changes. I mean, whereas this game starts you out in a new world, this one starts you out in another world. I mean, you're quintessentially playing different hunters. Problem is, a lot of time is the hours I spent on 3, you know, is not gonna be. You're never getting that back because the game doesn't allow carry back. You know, allow the save data to carry over like the original, like what the PSP did. And it's kind of sad because I haven't seen another Monster Hunter game for the Sony. I think they pretty much stopped coming out with Sony support especially for the Monster Hunter. But right now, as the game stands, it's a really good game. You probably can't tell, but due to the fact that I'm on a time constraint right now and I need to get this video out quick. But it's a good game. It's a really good game. You're gonna spend hours on this. I mean, early on, the first 2 ranks, you're gonna probably just do nothing but farming, killing small monsters. But after rank 3 or 4, the shit hits the fan. That's when the big bosses comes out. I mean, in the tutorial, they show you a really big sandworm or something. And what you have to do is you have to put cannons into a turret and then fire at it. So it might also imply that there is going to be a vehicular, you know, combat system where you're on the sand ship. I think it's just this boat that floats on sand and runs around. So should you buy this game? Should you really buy this game as the market dictates right now? No, don't buy it right now. Wait for the price to drop. Wait for the demand to drop before you buy this. This game is totally worth the price, but don't believe the hype. People who buy this right now are either crazy or they have to do videos. They want to do a video to show everybody what, you know, the new games that came out. Cough me. So definitely check this series out. I mean, the first couple of games came out on the PSP. If you are interested and never touched the Monster Hunter series, I would go with the PSP's Monster Hunter 3 first. 3 is really good. And if you have a 3DS, start out with this one. Start out with Monster Hunter 4. Don't go with this one because you're gonna be a bit disappointed when you switch to this, because the graphics wise, this thing carried over from, I think, Monster Hunter 2's graphic with a slight tweak increase. And unfortunately, the 3DS, we all know the 3DS doesn't really have that, as the screen just isn't as good as what you have with the PS Vita. So, you know, whereas when I screen the Vita, things look smooth, things look beautiful, you know, the 3DS just feels like a Nintendo, you're playing Nintendo 64 with slightly better graphics. So, I'm not a graphics whore, it's just that, you know, this machine has came out for a while now, but it's around the same time as the PS Vita. So, the graphics should be on par, but it's just not there. So, definitely check this game out, but it will strain your eyes a little bit when you're playing on the 3DS. I'm sorry. That's a sad truth. I never play with the 3D on. I think that's just a total gimmick, and that's exactly why I don't really play this all that much. The longest hour I've clocked on this particular game is with this, Pokemon White 2, and that's because I like Pokemon. And that's the only 3 games I have for the 3DS to begin with. So, with that being said, I guess I'll just end it here, guys. There's not much else to say for the Monster Hunter. It's still a top-notch game. The market right now is really crazy. They're charging prices. They're commanding prices that is just not right. So wait for the hype. It will decrease week by week. So probably maybe next week or in a week or two, it will drop down to a normal price like 1,600 or 1,500 or even 1,200. You know, so definitely wait. Don't be crazy. Don't buy it, you know, just because I want to play it. I want to benefit from the having us early start, because you're never gonna get an early start with these games. These games, you're gonna find yourself playing hours on end, and eventually you're just gonna either 1, fade out, 2, you've gotten to rank 9 and you finished the game completely and you got all the good gears and you just stop playing. So this game is definitely going to be in it for the long haul. So just play it casually if you're a casual gamer like me, but I have some obligations to my YouTube channel, so I will tend to buy stuff early on. But I might also sell them early on as well. So I would do a review or a small talk about it. I would sell it, and then what else? I will buy it back once the price dropped down to a good, you know, good point. So with that being said, definitely a huge recommendation for this game. See the game that, you know, check out the game that started it all. Started the monster hunting series. You know, this game is directly responsible for the conception of Tokiden, Soul Sacrifice, Ragnarok Odyssey, and several others. So definitely check the Monster Hunter series out. You will regret it. Just that, don't buy it right now because the price is ridiculous. Especially if you're planning on importing, this game might command over $100 by then. Because 1, importers have to think about gas prices. 2, market dictates, you know, how many they are allowed to pick out. And 3, is just the popularity of this series. I mean, this series is very, very popular and very, very sought after in the Asia market. So, I'm RinniePie. Definitely get this game, but not yet. I'll see you all a little later. I might actually do another League of Legends video very soon, but I'm not really that free to do that yet. So I'll see you all a little later. Bye bye.